Last week at Computex 2017, Intel showed off their new flagship i9 processors. But were these really a show of how much computing power Intel has had for basically the past decade? Or were they just a response to something else? So for starters, a rundown. So it's Intel Core Kaby Lake X, I think. Well, all I get here is just this X series processor. At the bottom we have the i5, which is kind of pointless, I think, because why not just go and buy a mainstream processor? We have the i5 with the 7640X, and that's just 4 cores with a clock of 4 GHz per second, the same as the i7 7700K mainstream processor. So that starts at £242 for 4 cores, 4 threads, unlike the i7. And then it goes all the way up to the Intel Core i9, like I mentioned previously, 7980XE, which has 18 cores, 36 threads, and is £2,000. That's mad. Yet, they seem to have done this with the impending launch of AMD Ryzen's Threadripper, which is said to have up to 16 cores. And I would expect it, going by the current price of AMD Ryzen, to be a lot cheaper. So why would anyone, say, want to spend twice as much money on a CPU, assuming Ryzen to be, say, £1,000, £1,500, just to get an extra 2 cores? I mean, let's say want something like Thunderbolt or Intel Optane technology. It's not really worth it, is it? So I'm out of the door. That was just me slamming the door for effect. I mean, even this Porsche is probably worth more than Intel's marketing rubbish. Even worse for Intel, this isn't like the old AMD days, where AMD were making CPUs with a high core count, but not very good, so which made Intel better. This time, AMD Ryzen is actually a good, cheap alternative, which obviously has a higher core count, but also has the price to performance ratio has increased in the sense that you're getting more performance for a lower price, which makes AMD quite a compelling option. If I had it my way, I would have AMD Ryzen in this computer, but then again, the CPU in it's working perfectly fine. All in all, it's quite clear to me that something is going on in Intel, because they clearly, after 10 years or more as a dominant CPU maker, are now panicking over AMD Ryzen. And going by what I've seen on the internet, it's quite clear that the idea of an i9 is completely unprecedented, since most people, tech YouTubers on the internet, are saying that manufacturers they spoke to at Computex say that they had no idea it was coming. Even worse is the fact that you have useless CPUs, such as the i5, where you're paying $100 for a CPU that's faster, when you could just buy, say, a 7600K for about 15 quid less, and then overclock that, since it's already very close to the 4.0 GHz core count, whilst also not supporting nearly all the features on the X299 platform, which kind of makes it pointless. Plus you're spending an additional £100 on a motherboard, where you probably won't be able to use half of it, for example. So I guess with this one, we'll just have to see what exactly Intel does. They might have something else in the bag. Maybe their next generation, whatever it's supposed to be called, Coffee Lake, I think, might be really, really good and throw AMD out of the water. Or maybe AMD may be set to take over the CPU market for the next decade.